I'd like to read more about how water is a vital resource. So, we've been hearing words like source and resource. I'd like us to read more and learn more about where we get our water and why it's important. Track along and read along. Okay. So, when we visited the Water Authority, we may have heard a word named reservoir. So, this could be an infographic of one of our reservoirs, which holds our water. So, I wanted to give you a preview of that. Water, a Vital Resource by Kira, David, Tamiko, and George. So, these were students. Our team's assignment was to learn about our water supply. Earth seems to have plenty of water, but 97% of that water is salt. Another 2% of the world's water is frozen. That leaves just 1% as fresh water. The good news is that 1% should be enough for everyone. The bad news is that it's not spread equally around the world. Some places have a lot of fresh water, but others do not. Tamiko brought some information to our first meeting. She said we use 35 times more water today than people did 300 years ago. So that means we use a lot more water today than a long, long time ago. The human population has grown, and so have the ways we use water. George looked surprised and asked, "Will we ever run out of water?" Kira was sure the answer was no. She reminded us about the water cycle. She said the amount of water on Earth doesn't get used up. It is recycled. But David wondered if the amount of water we need will grow larger than the amount we have. That made all of us realize how important it is to take care of the water we have. Tamiko summed it up this way: water is one of the most valuable resources on Earth. We have to take care of it. If we make our water too dirty to use, or if we use our water faster than it is replaced, we could be in a lot of trouble. At the end of the meeting, each of us chose something to investigate about the water supply. We agreed we had to learn a lot. So, renewable, I hear that prefix re. So it's like it gets new again and again. Water is coming into our homes by Kira. My community takes water from Lake Charles. In other places, water comes from rivers or underground aquifers. Aquifers contain water that has soaked into the ground and is stored in layers of rock. Water is usually treated before it reaches our faucets. Water treatment plants filter and treat the water, making it clear and safe for people to use. First, water is screened to remove fish, leaves, and large objects such as logs or trash. Next, a machine called a flash mixer stirs the water with chemicals. 4 chemicals are commonly mixed with water. They are lime, carbon, chlorine, and alum. Lime softens the water. Carbon absorbs materials that smell bad. Chlorine kills bacteria. Alum makes particles of clay clump together. So we heard Mr. Scholl share with us that a little bit of chlorine is added, but oftentimes at the plants, we know now that 4 other different materials are added to help our water be safe to drink. The mixed water goes into settling tanks. Clay clumps, silt, and other particles drift to the bottom. From there, the water passes through sand, gravel, and charcoal filters. A chemist at the water treatment plant tests the water every day. This is to make sure that all harmful bacteria are killed. Purified water is pumped into tanks and towers. It reaches our homes through underground pipes. So many of you were asking about, well, where does it come from? This is what a water plant would look like. Would you like to work there? Water Leaving Our Homes by David. Water leaves our homes. It runs down sink and bathtub drains and out of washing machines. It is flushed down toilets. Wastewater must be treated before it returns to the environment. In some communities, wastewater goes to sewage treatment plants. In other places, wastewater enters local septic systems. Septic tanks are usually made of concrete or metal. They are buried outside houses. Wastewater separates inside a septic tank. Heavy materials sink to the bottom and form sludge. Lighter materials like fats and grease rise and form scum. Bacteria breaks down solids in the tank. The liquid in the middle flows through pipes into gravel-filled trenches. The liquid in the trenches is purified as it seeps through the gravel and soil. Sewage treatment plants screen wastewater to remove solids. Bacteria break down other materials. Chemicals are used to rid the water of impurities. Treated water then discharges into streams, lakes, or oceans. So we heard Mr. Scholl share that we don't want to send out really like sewage water back into the environment. So this is one way that we're used to filter that out. City Runoff by Tomiko. Rain does not always evaporate or soak into the ground. Sometimes it becomes runoff. Runoff flows over land and streets and then into storm drains. Storm drains often empty right into bays, lakes, and streams. Some people don't know that storm drains connect to local water systems. They sometimes pour pet waste, oil, paint, and other hazardous materials into storm drains. The untreated water harms the water supply. In some cities, science clubs or environmental groups paint pictures of fish on the sidewalks near storm drains. The fish remind people that whatever goes into the storm drain will enter the water supply. So I know in my neighborhood we have little signs like this on our drains in our neighborhood by our streets. Be on the lookout for that next time you go for a walk around your neighborhood. Water Conservation by George. Conserving water is an important part of protecting it. Because of conservation, water use in the United States has dropped since 1980. Here are a few things we can do to save water. Turn off the tap when you brush your teeth. Don't run water while washing dishes. Shut the shower off while you soap up. Take shorter showers and use a low-flow shower head. Install low-flow aerators on all of your faucets. An aerator mixes air with water. You use less water when air is mixed in. The flow will still seem strong. Fix leaks in pipes, faucets, and toilets. Dripping faucets can waste about 7,500 liters of water each year. Leaky toilets can waste as much as 750 liters each day. Use less water to flush your toilet. Install a low-flow toilet or put a water-filled plastic container in the tank if you have an older toilet. Use a broom, not a hose, to clean driveways and sidewalks. Water lawns and other outdoor plants in the morning. Water evaporates faster in the middle of the day. Don't water on a windy day. Put mulch around plants to reduce evaporation. Thinking about water. 1. What is the source of your local water? 2. How is water purified in your community? 3. What are the issues about water in your community? Please answer these questions on your Google Classroom.